What up? Ayo, ayo, ayo.
Yeah. Hit it.
Mini bikes, 1, 2, 3. I see mini bikes staring at me. I gotta keep going.
Those are some
time.
tasty licks, dude. One day we're gonna get it.
Nina and Pinta, my dad's boat. Anyways, what's up, guys? I'm Jason at GoPowerSports. We are at the GoPowerSports headquarters. This is Minibikin and Eazy. Today, I got my main man, Zane. Keep making sure that we are in the lane. We got Bernie's on the 1, 2, 3, 4s. Threes? Okay. What up, Bernie? And today we have a special guest. We have Rick and Brandi Watson. Those who don't know, from Busted Knuckle Builds, but just true friends at GoPowerSports. So I appreciate you guys coming down here. How did you physically get here today?
Physically, we drove.
So it's good to see you guys. You guys are in town for
The GPS180.
the third annual GPS180. Now, you are very familiar with this race because you podiumed last year, right?
Yes, third place.
Third place. Did you podium the first year?
No, apparently, from what I remember, we were seconds away from making third place.
Dang. So you constantly made just moving your way on up.
Steadily climbing.
Yes,
So
Yeah.
this year, you got eye on the prize?
of course. Yes.
Okay.
So I have my teammate Brandon Armstrong that I've been mini bike racing with forever. So he's partnered up with me again. We've done a few changes and strategized different things. So yes,
Nice. So am I going to see something new out of you guys this year?
it's a possibility.
Okay. All right. Go backwards on the track or something?
Exactly. Okay. Exactly.
And then so you have your lovely wife, Brandi.
Of course.
Now, Brandi, what do you do to help Rick out?
Pretty much all the media stuff, all social media and everything else. Make sure he's good to go on his GoPros, and he is good to go on when he does his vlogging and everything, and then try to put everything together. That's fun.
So you have the truly hard job of it all.
Yes. When we go to races and stuff, and I'll just pop out ideas and everything else, and then just executing them takes a little bit of time, though. But yeah.
You are an MVP because every time you're out at a race, you are always the first one to help us out. When we are lost, you are like, hey, I got this. You're kind of like our backbone, so we appreciate you showing up to every event. You also take photos, which are phenomenal, which is a huge asset to have. And then editing all of Rick's stuff on top of that. You have 2 full-time jobs.
Yes. I
So
do.
congrats to you.
Actually, 3, taking care of him, too.
Okay. I'm sure. How long have you guys been together?
It'll go 12 years, yeah.
Yeah.
12 years, October 1st.
Yes.
Oh, congratulations,
Whoa!
guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So for our anniversary, we decided that we wanted to go do something, so we ended up going to North Carolina and going to Busco Beach.
Oh, so you
Mayhem.
guys went to Mayhem.
Yep.
How was that?
It was awesome.
Great.
It was awesome.
We had a good time. I had fun. I had a lot of good times.
A lot of cool people. It was great riding. Got a little rain, but it was knocked the dust down. But it's a lot of cool people out there.
Yeah.
So just show up with a camper, pull out your bikes, and just hang out with everyone?
Yeah, John and
cool.
Isaac, they have different ride outs. They have like kind of a schedule of events. Give everybody cards to kind of let everybody know what the schedule is. So there's ride outs for mini bikes or four wheelers and whatnot.
And then
The
had
drag
drags
racing
and stuff and everything. So it was a good time.
Now, do you see yourself going to it next year?
Yes.
Probably so.
It was
yes.
that much of a
likely.
good time?
Mhm.
Okay. I
Yes.
wanted to go this year, but with the GPS 180, we were just swamped.
Right.
But that sounds like a good thing to have, to put on the docket for
I would
us.
very much like to go
Oh,
next year.
y'all will have
You
a
would love
blast.
it. It's a lot of
it's
fun. Totally
great
cool
time.
people. Everybody's
Yeah.
there that if something breaks down, it's like at the 180 race. You know, if somebody needs something, there's always somebody there to help weld somebody's stuff up just so they can go out and have a good time.
It's good to have a community out there. How many people roughly do you think were there for the whole event?
Way over 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
lot.
Okay.
there was
Whoa.
a lot of
That's a great
people.
turnout.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was probably, I would say, almost close to 100, 150 maybe running there. There was a lot of people. There were huge ride outs, and so they were having a lot. There was a lot.
Yeah, bunch of people.
Yeah, it was a good turnout for them.
Are there other events like Busco Beach Anywhere else in the U.S. you guys go to or know of or would like to attend?
180.
The
The
180.
180, pretty much.
The only
yeah.
one I can think of is you got Joe's mini bike reunion. You guys have done that. That's out
Yes.
West Coast. Any other events you guys can think of?
We used to have a beach deal that we used to go meet down at Crystal Beach, and all the
Yeah.
mini bike people that even don't race, they would come from Florida and Mississippi,
Alabama.
It was like a big family reunion. We used to do that quite often, and I guess the city is starting to do different regulations for the beach, so that's kind of like on a hold. But that was the next closest thing we could do in Texas versus like the 180 or Busco Beach.
Okay.
I know you guys were out at the Temple Drag Race.
Yes.
But have you guys gone out to Yellow Belly yet to hang out down there with Flacco and them?
Yes, we actually did. We had there was a holiday a while back, so we didn't have Monday to go to work. So
Yeah.
she's like, "Well, let's just go down there. I'm off Monday." We made the trip. We didn't tell anybody. Bernie knew, and we were just gonna just show up, make an appearance. So we did that. Got to hang out with the guys, and then Mother Nature decided to jump all the rain on us. So
But it is a definitely track we want to go
Yeah.
to.
Gotcha.
Back to.
Okay, cool.
Most definitely. I got some really good pictures, and I think if y'all ever hold an event there or whatever, I think the pictures and the filming will be just spectacular.
Yeah.
Well,
there.
you
It's
guys
great.
might get the chance to go out there because we are talking about doing
Yeah.
a GPS 660
I think that would be
sometime
awesome.
next year. So it'd
Well-
be awesome to have you guys there too.
It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
nice place. I think that would be
Yeah.
another cool event.
Yeah. Definitely want to add that. So we're thinking end of March, having it out there at Yellow Belly Dragway out in Grand Prairie, Texas. And it's 8th Mile, I believe.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's where we get the 660. That's just going to be the length in feet, right?
Sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the GPS 660, it is in its infancy stages, but hopefully you guys can come on out there and race out there because I know you're fast. You're fast at just about everything, right?
I try to be. Not as fast as a lot of guys, but I try to, try my best to keep up.
So other than mini bikes, you also ride motorcycles?
Yes, I've been on two wheels for quite a while.
How long?
I don't know.
Wee little lad?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
I think I had a motorcycle before I ever had a car.
Nice.
Of course, it was a dirt bike, but you know.
Nice.
I mean, that's a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So is it like Harley Davidsons you're on?
Yes, I have 3 Harleys.
You have
I
3
ride.
Harleys?
Yes.
Do you ride those more than your mini bikes?
Well, I ride every day to work.
Okay, so yes,
but
of
there's
course you do.
quite often. I do come home every evening after I get done working in the shop, whatever. I have to jump on a bike and go for a ride just to kind of,
Ease
yeah.
that stress off?
Yep.
That's a
It
great way
always
to
makes
do it.
it's always a good end of the day before I have to go in the house and
Yeah. That's
whatnot.
typically what I'll do. I have a few younger daughters, and I'll have them just sit on my lap, and we'll just go cruise the neighborhood, especially since it's a nice evening out. Great way to end the day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So with the motorcycles, do you fancy yourself a motorcycle mechanic as well? Since you do a lot of tinkering with mini bikes and restoring old ones to brand new, do you do the same thing with big motorcycles as well?
Yes.
Do you custom them out like crazy?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. That's a deal. If everybody's got the same thing, you want to be different from
Yeah.
what Zane's got or Bernie's got. You got to put your own touch on it.
Nice.
I had one bike and people come up and look at it, and the foot pegs aren't shiny; they're rusty. And they're like, is that a camshaft off a small block Chevrolet? And I'm like, yep. I just took it and cut it in 4s and with the pegs for hers on the rear. So
Yeah.
they're like, oh, that's kind of cool.
That is really
So-
cool. So with 3 motorcycles, at the most, how many mini bikes do you think you've ever owned?
Have I ever owned?
Like at one time, you're like, yeah,
You know what?
There's a
Brandy, how many mini bikes
Yeah.
Running?
running right
Running?
now? Yeah.
Well, I even want to know not running because I'm sure there's a ton that aren't running that are projects that you have to get to.
You gotta go down there to see it.
I
It's
can't wait to see that
insane.
video footage
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah,
right
video.
Well, we call it the Area 51. That where no film and nobody's allowed to be in that
Oh.
area since So yeah, but the riding ones. Let's see, we have the ones. Oh God, I wanna
You
say-
can include your bikes in there as well.
I am.
Yeah, because she owns, but she's
5,
actually
6.
5 or 6 that she's purchased that are her own bikes.
Yeah, actually, if you want to
Nice.
say purchased, I probably got 10
Wow.
myself for 10, and then running are 5, and then the other ones are just frames.
Okay.
And then as far as running and riding, including mine and his, just to pedal around, not, racing, just to cruise, probably around 30.
That's
pretty
a
accurate
ton. That
number.
is awesome. Is there one that's your prized mini bike that you just love more than the others?
Well, that I own, still own. That would probably be the Bonanza chopper that I built in Joe's mini bike.
Nice.
Or
Yeah, the Joe's mini bike. It was the mini
Muscle.
build off.
yes.
Yeah.
It was a chopper that I built for that. You had was it 90 days to build the bike? I
Yes.
think it was.
Yes.
I think it was.
I think it was.
So I think that was the first bike that I really took extreme amount of time to get stuff chromed and put everything as period correct as possible.
Nice.
So you really tried to recreate that one.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Whether, a lot of times I'll put flashy paint, or powder coat on them.
Yeah.
But I never want to cut a vintage frame up. Just
Gotcha.
'cause paint or powder coat, you can always change that. But once you start cutting a frame or welding stuff to it, to me it takes away from the
Yeah.
vintage part. But that one I sit there every night for I don't know how many hours coming home and polishing the wheels by hand, and that took me like 4 hours each night to try and polish one half of a wheel, and I'm like, oh my god, this is taking forever.
Jeez.
But to look at it when it's totally done and somebody actually looks at it, that's
So
it's pretty
of those
cool.
90 days, approximately 89 of them were polishing the wheels.
Pretty much.
Okay, got it.
Oh, very time consuming. I was just like, why did I start this? This
That's
is gonna take
awesome.
me forever.
Well, we need to. Yeah, we'll throw a picture up.
Takes a lot
Brandi
of
and I
time.
will talk. We'll talk about
Yeah,
getting
make
them.
it happen. People have to see this.
I know. I got you.
Because didn't it make it out? It made it out to the Polestar picnic, right?
No.
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 Okay.
Not
Ooh.
the Bonanza chopper has not left the TV stand. That is sitting in his room.
The-
Will it ever?
Is the TV
No.
stand the place of honor, basically?
Pretty much, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
No, it
Well, she
won't.
has her living room, and then I converted my living room in because I was running out of places to put them in the garage and in the shop. So I was just like, I would do a show and tell on my YouTube channel. Then I
Oh,
would
nice.
show everybody that I built a bike that runs and rides. Then I'd drain the fuel and oil out. And then I would put them in my living room. So it's like she has a TV. So I was like, I don't need a TV and couch in my living room. So I got rid of all the furniture and a TV, and we put it up there. So
Just
it's-
mini bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
just
we're,
mini bikes,
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. That's awesome.
So it's like it's my mini bike showroom.
Would you ever sell it?
No.
It's on the-
$10,000.
It's on the
Well-
TV stand, Jason.
Actually, I'm up to 10 grand with one gentleman, but I'm waiting to see the cash.
Man, 10
So-
grand for a mini bike.
Yeah.
That would
But
be pretty awesome.
it probably wouldn't. I don't think even if he gave me the cash or whatever, I don't think he would. No, it's up to him. And
When you spend so much, to me, it's when you spend so much time doing all the intricate work and polishing wheels for 4 hours each night, it's just like you get so attached to it.
Yeah.
With me, I get so attached to it. It's like you took a rusty pile of metal parts
Yeah.
and then built something out of it. So it's like people ask me all the time, do you want to sell it? Nope. Have no intention of selling them.
Now, could we jump back a little bit? First off, how did you guys get started on building bikes in general?
Let's see. How do we get started in general? I guess I was on Facebook or on YouTube and looking at random stuff. I've been following cars and cameras forever, looking at mini bike stuff. And there was these guys that were in Texas, had a big following that raced mini bikes. And I was like, these are grown guys out racing mini bikes. This is kind of cool. So long story short, we had an annual beach trip.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, we're going to go hang out with these guys that race mini bikes and hang out on the beach. We love the beach, so that's kind of I got hooked up with these guys. They're like, oh, and I had a couple bikes that I built, and they're like, yeah, you need to come hang out with us because we race bikes, and it's a great time. So I got hooked with them guys, and
Yeah.
I built one thing, and then
What group was that?
At the time, it was called Tomb.
Okay, gotcha.
Now it's same group of family, just flying a different flag, and it's Demon City Mini Bikes.
Oh,
out
okay,
of San
gotcha.
Marcos. Same great people.
Just
Big,
yeah.
It's just another big, huge mini bike family.
Okay, gotcha.
And then build one bike and then build another one, and They're like snowballs.
So did you know anyone in the community, or did you have a friend that was already going to that beach right out? You guys just went on a whim, said, hey, there's an event, I'm going.
Well,
And
he
then-
knew that me and his oldest daughter, Nicole, had been working a lot, and he knew that we liked the beach. He said, "Hey, we're gonna. I want to go try this and meet up with these people." Okay, all we heard was beach.
Beach.
And so we
Water,
went.
hang
And,
out.
yeah, well, we had been working a lot of
A lot.
overtime.
It's like,
and
y'all need a
so-
break, and it's
yeah.
the beach, and apparently we can ride mini bikes there.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, nice.
Mini bikes,
Yeah,
whatever.
So yeah,
yeah,
we were okay, fine, we'll go. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
and then he got to talking to Tommy Young out of San Marcos and his son Tommy Young Jr. And I got talking to his wife Stephanie.
Great
And
folks.
yeah, and Tom Jr.'s wife Madison and everything else. And then we ended up just
Yeah, they're like, hey, this is what we're doing. It's like you need to build a race bike and come out and have a good time. And it was hooked after that.
Yeah, we had Shane and Andy and all them, and
It's
yeah.
it's just like going to meet everybody at the 180, you know, and then when we get together and have a big race, you know, even though sometimes we have like 2 a month, or sometimes it might be every 3 months before we can get together. It's just a great time to hang out with everybody.
Yeah. So how did you then get affiliated with GoPowerSports? Was it a Saturday kind of a meetup, or was it just coming by to get parts, or?
Well, I've been ordering parts from way back in the day for go-kart I built, but I think it was probably when y'all were having the first Saturday of the month deal, and then I do believe that's when it was, because I was like, well, we need to get parts, so let's just drive down there and see what this is like,
Yeah.
you know. And,
Well, I know you had been talking to Taylor a lot too
Yes.
at that time.
Okay.
And
And
so
he
we
was like,
just
y'all
went
need to come down
Yeah.
and bring what, you know, bring this bike that you built, you know. So that's pretty much how I got coming down here so much.
We need, yeah. We should. If people out there would love to see a return of the first Saturday meetups, you know, leave a comment below. Tell us that that's what you'd like to see.
Yeah, because
Vote yes.
we met a lot of great people through those Saturday meetups, and it was cool seeing like y'all's little family, whatever, just all came, just line up our parking lot, and just hang out with us, and it's an awesome community to be a part of. So I do believe that's the first time I met you met both of you guys, along with all the great events that you guys are helping out at. So
Yeah.
thank you for keeping the dream alive.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
we have a good time.
Yes.
Just as a little aside, I'm pretty sure you guys are the reason we had to set a limit on the number of bikes you could bring to Pull Start, because you have too many good bikes, and we were like, we can't have them bring every bike because they're gonna just kill it.
Well, we were actually having a pretty good argument, I guess you could say. First time we were like, no, because we were planning on bringing a fleet and stuff, and
We
then
were going to bring the limit.
we were going to bring the limit, and then we
Yeah.
were actually fighting over which ones out of those for sure definite,
Oh.
and then no, well, and yeah, it
You had to
was-
do like a ranking scheme of like which
Yes,
one's the
we
best.
did.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're going to have to drive the truck and the trailer. How many can we fit in the trailer? I can at least put. And then she wanted to take the back seats out of her truck so she could put some in the back. I'm like, no.
So to even back that up, we had Pool Star Picnic back in May, but then we had our Pate Swap Meet in April. So Pate Swap Meet, people may not know this, everyone, the whole family, the whole mini bike community came out, brought their bikes, set them out. They went and found maybe new projects to look at. But you guys brought your truck and trailer on up, hung out for the week, and then I believe on the last day of Pate, can you tell us what happened? Was it the last day of Pate?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
us that Saturday night.
Oh, man.
Yes. We come out to the parking lot up. We come down out of the hotel, and there was Charles and I think Jack,
Jack
some of the other
was
guys
there.
there. They were having coffee, and so I was going to go put my stuff in the truck and have coffee with them. And when I walked to the parking lot, everything was gone. Truck, trailer, everything.
4 custom mini bikes.
That is sorry. Let's take a quick break because I do want to talk about this. I want to give us a minute just to throw it to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. All right, so we have 2 mini bikes out here for comparisons. Over here we have the Maverick 98. Right now this one's $497 shipped to you. This one has a 98cc engine. It has a smaller frame to it. It is going to be great for your kids. If you want a little more of your step up, then we have the Trailmaster Storm 200. Now, these start at $629, but this one has been upgraded with a torque converter kit, stage 1 kit, front suspension, taller handlebars, so it is adult approved. But these are two different spectrum bikes. You got your kids' bike in the Maverick 98 or the Storm 200 that's fully modded out. Be sure to check out GoPowerSports.com for all your mini bike needs. And we are back. All right. So Sunday morning this happens?
Yes, correct.
So you walk out, put the stuff in the truck, go grab coffee. You come out to your parking spot. You go left and right, like, oh, where did I park my car? And you do in disbelief, I'm sure.
Yeah, there was a plastic from my steering column and driver window, and that was it. It was all gone.
All on the ground. So that's what, 8 a.m., 7 a.m. Sunday morning?
Yeah.
Probably about that time.
About that time, yeah.
I think maybe 30 minutes after, I then get a text from Mark Mueller saying Rick and Brandi's truck and trailer are gone. So then everyone then jumps onto Facebook, right?
So Mark, I had texted Mark, called him, and he was very gracious and spent 6 hours out of his day because he drove us back home, and then he had to drive back up here. So very appreciative of that. And on the way home, I was like, "Do you want me to post it?" And he said, "Maybe somebody have seen it." So I posted it, and after that, it went kind of viral.
Yeah, I mean, we had just talked about it, but yeah, it was all over. I remember I was on Instagram for probably about 2-3 days. It was basically everyone's story. Everyone was reposting it, like, yo, help us find this stuff. Rick and Brandi got like, I think everyone was in disbelief because it was like, you guys are the staples in the community. And so it's like, oh, damn.
Yeah, it was just crazy. I know I have a lot of friends, but you don't really realize how many friends you have that will actually take the time to like message you, wanting to know what they can do. And these are people that I've never even met. I've got buddies in Florida and California, and for them to like message you, it's like, hey man, I know we're a million miles away, but it's anything I can do, and I'm like, no, just repost it. And then people wanted to do like fundraisers and stuff like that, and it was hard for me to try and tell them I greatly appreciate it, but I've always been that type of person. If I wanted something, I worked hard to get it, but it was the outpour from people everywhere. It was very humbling to have that feeling. People were like, just there for support. Because
everything's gone. The truck and trailer. Inside the trailer, how many mini bikes did you guys bring?
There was four that I built, and one actually she hadn't even rode. I actually had about 20 minutes of ride time on it for her to make a Instagram post on it, and then we threw it in the trailer. She never even sat on it. Oh, and there was another one that was in the back of the truck that was locked up. So there was 5 total.
Right.
That they took.
So then what happens? Because I know eventually it came back, but before that, what had happened?
We had a lot of people. We had a few people trying to scam us, of course.
Immediately.
They actually took one of the photos that I posted and made it where it was, showed the license plate, because we want to see proof. Well, they just doctored the photo that I had posted. So I was like, no, I don't think so. And so that was nuts.
What was their game plan? Like, give us money for your bike back?
Yes. No, give us money for location information, but I can't be involved in it. Just your typical people just trying to scam people out of money.
Wow.
So
but the cool thing about it was Evan actually reposted it, and one of his buddies was out in a route and spotted it.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, and I was like, because I got a call from Evan, and at that point I didn't want to be on the phone. I didn't want to nothing.
Yeah.
And
We're talking Evan Spear.
yes,
Oh, shout out to Evan Spear, our
and his
homie.
buddy,
And his buddy.
miss you.
TJ, was it TJ?
Yes,
I
TJ.
apologize.
It is.
Is it
Yeah,
TJ?
TJ.
Yeah. So he's the main man. He was actually out doing his job for the company he works for, and spotted it, and then messaged or called Evan and told him what the deal was. And he was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "This is no joking matter." And he was like, "No, I'm looking at it." So he's calling me, and I can't talk because I'm like, "Wow, you found something."
Yeah.
So it was.
Yeah.
That was a great relief. It's like, okay, cool. At least I got a trailer back.
Yeah.
So now it came back, and I remember you guys were telling me like they tried to take everything off of this
did.
thing.
No, they did take
it.
everything.
They did take
They
everything.
they took everything.
Well, you said they were trying. Didn't they? They tried to take the logo that you guys had inside, right?
They did.
They took it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying they were trying to get it off and couldn't.
No,
like,
they
No,
took-
no, they tried to get the part of the logo off on the outside of the trailer.
Yeah.
And they couldn't. They figured out that they weren't going to be able to do that. But no, they took the GoPowerSports deal he had made out of a sticker. His logo, that a friend of his actually water jetted from steel and everything.
Aluminum.
Yeah.
And they took that off. They took my first aid kit, the toilet paper, yeah, they pretty much. And then what was funny, we kind of found comical, is they left a half a gallon of race gas, vintage albums that are worth a lot of money.
They didn't steal Chicago and Led Zeppelin.
okay,
They
you still
left the
got
albums.
They left the albums,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And then they burnt through the straps, brand new straps.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Because they couldn't unstrap them, or just to burn them,
I
just
don't-
to be
I
as
don't
quicker, I
know.
guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
That was
It's-
just the trailer. Now,
It
yeah.
lines up with the profile of a major jerk to do that.
Yes,
so I would
true.
say they've mission
Thumbs down to
accomplished.
you jerks out there.
Yeah. I hope that toilet paper chafed your butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
But the truck still attached to the trailer? Or you just found
No,
the trailer?
they ditched the truck, and once again, Mark Mueller, he come because the police didn't want to stick around. So
Where the trailer was found.
Where it was found,
Mark
so-
actually brought the trailer up here to GPS, and because they actually escorted him away back to I-35.
So Mark went and retrieved the trailer
yeah.
and got it back, and then I guess it was a day later or 2 days later.
No, it was a day later.
A day later they found the truck not too far away.
It was 12 miles apart from where I mapped it out. It was trailer was found here, and then 12 miles, a little bit. It was there was a truck.
Was the truck still in running condition?
No,
No.
I had to get another buddy of mine and borrow another buddy's truck and the trailer, a gooseneck, to come get it out of the impound yard and haul it back home. So
When you were up here after all that, my heart crushed for you. I wanted to cry for you. I know that these mini bikes mean a lot, and I'm glad the community came together to help boast you guys up, but I know it's a tough time. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah.
thank you.
But I'm glad that you guys are out here racing. And
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know if you were actually going to be done with mini bikes. I thought it's something that traumatic. You're like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm glad to see that you are back.
Well, a lot of that I think had to do with her, and then Tim, Dave, and Mark. They basically told me I was not allowed to. Because when I got back home, I was, everywhere I look, I have mini bikes. I have mini bikes in here, and shop's full of them. And it's
And
like
then his
I
two
just-
prized ones there's
Yeah.
two blank spaces there, when we walk in. So he was pretty much gonna call Tim and Taylor to come get everything. That evening after everything that evening, he was
I'm
on the phone.
glad you didn't.
Yeah.
How have you rekindled the passion for building? How have you refound that passion?
It's coming around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I told him he had to
stay busy.
Work in
and
progress.
She's come up with some ideas because she has a bike that we're doing on the channel, and then I was like, okay, well, she's not a photogenic person. She doesn't like to be on camera. Don't like to be.
She is
picture taken.
photogenic, though.
She's photogenic.
Yeah.
She might not
yeah.
like being in front of the camera,
Correct.
though. Yeah.
And she's like, we were coming back from somewhere. We were always talking mini bike stuff, where we're going. And she's like, I want to do this, and I already got some parts ordered, and blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, if we're gonna do this, you're gonna have to be behind. You're gonna have to be in the picture. So it's building something totally different that nobody else has, which
Yeah.
I like to do. Kind of really got me back, got the wheels kind of rolling
Nice.
again.
Nice. Okay, cool. Now that's a change in your guys' usual dynamic, because usually you're one-person production crew and you're building on camera. What is it like? What have you guys had to do to accommodate and change basically the format, but also like your workflow?
I just need to speak louder for my understanding. It's different, because he's used to filming by himself, so it's a little bit different. Yeah. So we're still getting accumulated to it, I guess.
Yeah. What has the reception been like now that you're getting in front of the camera?
I need to be a little louder. And then there's a lot of people that have actually oh man, I wish my wife would do that, or I don't know, you read most of the comments.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of comments. Oh, we need to see more of Miss Knuckles in videos, and like she said, just like, wow, how did you got the cool wife? She wants to. My wife doesn't even want to go ride mini bikes, or
You do have the cool wife. I will definitely tell you that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
I think everyone wants a wife who's like not only allowing of, not only. Man, the studio audience is really loud today.
We are above a shop.
We're right above a
yes.
shop, yeah.
all good.
So, but yeah, everyone wants a wife that'll allow them to have their hobbies. But I think more people would like a wife who's like interested to like participate in those hobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to as far as on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and stuff when we're going to a race or an event or whatever. Oh, I found a good deal, honey. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
nice.
That's
Okay.
how I go.
The
yeah.
seeker as well.
You've
I like
already,
that.
you've got the bit by the bug now. You're
Yeah.
in.
Funny story when we were actually almost pulling into Busco Beach. She's my navigator. She has me, this is where you need to turn and all that good stuff. And then at the same time, she's looking around, and then finally she had to like close the tablet and got frustrated because she's like, look at this. This is like 150 miles the opposite direction, and look what he wants for it. This is a smoking. Yeah, so she was like, close it. I'm like, sweet.
Did you guys not get the mini bike then?
They
Just
were
looked at
all like way different direction from when we needed to go, and
I had to. I ended up throwing the iPad in the back of the truck. I mean,
She
back
closed it.
in the back seat of the truck because it was. Oh, I was just. Yeah. it was
we
not
need
good.
this, and I'm like, don't we have two of them? Yeah, but this is a smoking deal, and it's a barn find.
Yeah.
It's still got the original headlight and tail light on it.
it. Dang.
And I was like, oh wow, yeah. So she got a little, perturbed, but
Nice.
So with Bustin' Knuckle Builds, so let's talk about the name. You had to come up with the name for the YouTube channel.
yes.
So explain that.
Well, I've had a big, huge set of steel knuckles hanging from outside of my shop. Bernie will post a picture up here.
Right there.
Oh yeah, Bernie gave Bernie a set, but
Nice.
I always liked I thought knuckles were always cool. Dad would never let me have any because
I
they were
have a set.
illegal.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
unless you get one that's a belt buckle.
Yeah, yeah.
And good buddy of mine, Tommy, he has a buddy that had this, and I seen it, and I was like, man, I gotta have that. And so it hangs out above my shop. And then once we were coming up with trying to figure out a logo and this, that, and the other, I was like, I want the knuckles, and can you do something with this and make this work? So that's when she did the rest.
Nice.
So now, okay, so the iconography on here, we've got Busted Knuckles Builds, and we have Texas. So, okay, what is that, Irish pride we're flying, or what?
No.
What is that for?
No.
That's
Go
Big
ahead.
Daddy. Big Daddy.
You told him. Well, yeah.
I guess he let this secret out.
I don't know what it is. Let us know.
Okay, well, it was long story short is my little brother was actually finally getting a Harley. He's never rode one. To be a joke. Don't go across the yard because there's clover everywhere.
Yeah.
So she thought we needed that in there. And I said,
That's
Yeah.
perfect. That's a good touch. I like that.
Okay.
A little hidden meeting.
Yeah.
I like that, man. So, okay, when did you guys start your channel?
you're good with the dates.
Over 2 years ago.
Okay, so 2 years ago
Yeah.
is when. So, how did you decide? You're like, you were watching Cars and Cameras, and you were just like, I can do that, or like, I do that all the time anyway, and I might as well film it. Or how did it come about?
You want to answer that question?
No, you go ahead.
Well, we were actually with y'all, Oregon, at the Gambler 500, and we were all staying in the same cabin, and she was showing them some of the bikes that I built, pictures of them. And they're like, you don't have a YouTube channel? And I was like, neither one of us have time for that,
Yeah.
We have full-time jobs, and I have a part-time job fixing stuff. So, and then on the way back, she was like, I can figure out how to make videos, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not good
Do
at
it.
filming stuff. My work ethic, when I get home in the shop, it's like I turn the phone off, I crank the radio up,
Yeah.
and I just build stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to try and build stuff and like film it, and
Yeah.
well, y'all know how filming stuff goes. It's
It's a pain.
Yeah.
It's in the way.
It's a job.
Yeah.
Well, because it adds another layer of like, oh, okay, yeah, I could speed through this, and I could be focused on it but I also then need to slow down to show the audience what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I found it, if you go back and watch the very first video I built, the Little Rascal, and it's like, okay, if I'm going to try and make this where people can enjoy it, it's like I got to put it together and take it apart 4 times and then try and film putting it together so it doesn't look all like a train wreck. So it's a job.
It's been a learning experience for sure.
And then she works all day to come home and then try and make me look good.
Yeah.
So I go in there and she's got all these 4 screens and clicking on this, and I'm like, there's no way I could ever figure out how to edit video.
So you have a 4-screen editing setup? Is that what you're...
Pretty much.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
it looks
I have
like a NASA space station in there.
I have 3 screens that I have to I work off at work
okay.
for at least 10, 12 hours a day.
Okay.
And then so when I got stuff going on over here, then I'll have stuff going on over here, and everything. So yeah.
Okay, so you're used to multitasking across
yeah.
a couple of monitors.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool. What is the usual workflow like? Like, what is your guys' filming schedule, and how long does it take for you to turn a video around?
So we've kind of developed a pattern where he will film during the week, and
Okay.
then on Friday nights or Saturday, if we're not going somewhere or whatever, then I'll do the editing, and then we wanted to keep a schedule of uploading at least every Sunday.
Okay.
That's our deal. Just something every Sunday.
I like it.
It's one video per week, because we don't have time to sit there and do 2. Because I don't get home till around
Full-time YouTubers don't have time to do 2 videos a week.
And the hours that she puts in, sometimes it's not getting home till 9 or 10 or...
Man.
Then I scaled way back, and so here recently, it's me getting accustomed not to staying at work for so long.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
now I'm trying to get used to. Okay, well, I got time on my hands. I'm gonna do something, type situation. So
Okay.
I'm getting used to that. So there might be a little bit more, and then I'm thinking of kind of different ideas to do and trying to incorporate different stuff. And so, but yeah.
Do you have any words of wisdom to the aspiring mini bike and go-kart YouTubers out there?
Just do your thing. I mean,
That's it right there.
that's what we did. I had no clue of how to try and make a video. She didn't even know how to do YouTube videos. It's like just jump in it and figure it out and be funny, be real, do your own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more realer you are, the more people know that you're not trying to, falsify a lot of things. Because when they meet you in person, it's like a big, huge movie star.
Yeah.
You're just like, well, this person, they're totally different than what they are on the screen, But if you're not like that, we're just who we are. So
Yeah, you guys, on and off screen, you guys are some of the most down-to-earth and coolest people I've met. So I appreciate you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, so why mini bikes? Why is that the focus?
Because it's why mini bikes?
Yeah.
It's like everybody else. I never had one growing up, so it's like now I can have one.
I have adult money.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
And it's much cheaper than a motorcycle.
Very true. Harley parks are expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say trying to find a vintage Harley.
Yeah.
Like.
They don't. I'd say they don't take up as much room.
Depends on how many you have. Okay, I got you.
I guess
Yeah.
that's really not
It's a
going to
trick
work.
question.
Yeah.
When did you start collecting mini bikes with your adult money?
I guess it was right after I built the first 2. I guess I was watching YouTube and I built the 2 that we took to the beach, and I had a cart. I took a go-kart also.
Nice.
And then I got a really good deal on those from a gentleman. That was back when you could find good deals on mini bikes that were real, dirt cheap.
Back in the day.
Yeah. So you build them, and then it's like, okay, and then you see other guys building, doing different things, and it's like you build 1, then 2, and then you're just hooked.
Yeah.
Is there a mini bike on your radar that you are looking for, trying to purchase, want to get your hands on?
I don't own a 2-seater Hornet, even though they're kind of goofy looking. And I don't really see the functionality of 2 people riding a Hornet.
They're rare, though.
They're rare.
Yeah.
But those, I would like to have one of those just so I think I have every Hornet except for that one.
So are Hornets kind of that's really your bread and butter right
like the
there?
Hornets,
You like the
yes.
Hornet style?
And plus they were, from what I understand, they were built in like Waco, Texas, and the main seller was actually here in the Dallas area.
Yeah.
So it's a Texas-made bike.
Yeah.
But the body lines, I like the Hornets.
Gotcha. Now, are you guys both originally from Texas?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you guys are Texas born and bred.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. How did you guys meet? Or if
It
we
was
can
at
talk
that
about
mini bike. Sure knows.
No, we met through some mutual friends. We were having a Christmas party at his brother from another mother's house, and he was like, "Where's this chick been?" Well, he's been, yeah. So that's how we met, and we went on a ride together the next Saturday morning and
Oh,
stuff like that. So
awesome.
yeah, we
Okay.
went.
That's the Hornet 2-seater. He wants to bring that back.
Yeah.
Did he show you how Big Daddy does it?
No, I don't think she knew at that time.
No,
Well,
I hadn't. No, actually, I heard the story, but I hadn't met him at that time. Yeah.
We're-
So you
was
only knew the
yeah.
legend of Big Daddy.
Yeah. It was kind of entertaining, actually. I was just like, okay.
Now you've met the man and the myth. So, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how we met, and then it just kind of went from there.
That's awesome.
Like, you want to go out for coffee? Sure. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much that's how it went. And then we went on it was a
Toy run.
toy run that next day, and so
Oh.
I went with him on
Oh,
a toy
okay.
run. Yeah.
It's all the Harley groups.
Him
Like
and
I'm a
another
Hog
friend of our-
member.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
they do like toys for kids at Christmas time, and they have a big caravan of trucks that deliver it. So all the Harley guys go on a big ride out, and there's like different stops
Nice.
along the way.
I had just met him the night before, and I was on the back of a bike of another friend because his wife was on her bike.
Oh,
So I just
gotcha.
rode with him, and then he rode with us, and then we just kind of went from there.
That's awesome.
That's it.
And it's all history after that.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it was, it was 8 months later we got married.
Wow.
Yep,
Nice.
yep.
So how have mini bikes and projects and stuff like that contributed to your guys' marriage? I'm sure it seems like it's been the point of some discussion, perhaps.
It's every discussion.
Yes.
Nice.
It's pretty much every discussion.
Great answer.
Yeah, yeah. So when we're on the way up here, we're discussing things. We're at Pate. We're at the 180. We're discussing different things. Hey, I saw da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, so that's pretty much our discussions on a lot of stuff. Unless we've got his two girls and stuff, and then we start thinking about, different, hey, let's do this, do that,
Okay.
But, and then, with my parents and stuff. So,
Yeah, I mean, we're watching TV, and I'm like watching something, and she's like, "Hey," pauses it, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" "Hey, do you think this is a good color for this?" I'm like, "Let me look at
so.
it." So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
It's kind of just always in the background,
Always.
at the very least.
Always,
It's the background music.
Yes.
And that's why I was so hearted. Just knew that he's good at what he does as far as building the bikes, coming up with different things, and they may not be original, but he has his own flair to it. And that's why I was so gung-ho about him staying in it. And plus, Mark and Tim and Dave helped out a lot. And it was one of those deals that, he's a good guy and stuff like that. And it's just something bad, but we get up and move on. It's part of life.
Yeah.
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 No, I think I'm a little jealous whenever we bring people on here who are like good at building these things, because I feel I'm not great at it, but there's something about you guys. You have this skill, like whatever it is. It's you've gained it through experience, but it's this God-given talent, and it really is this like you're channeling that little bit of the creator in you. You're building things and making something where there was nothing. And I think people really gravitate to it, man. I mean, every time we go to an event, people are like, "Oh man, Rick's here!" Like everyone loves it, and I'm like, they're like, "Oh, should we go talk to him?" I'm like, "Yeah, you should go talk to him. He's a cool dude, man." Like
He's been waiting to talk to you.
yeah, he's like, yeah,
Yeah, he's the most friendliest guy.
Yeah,
He'll talk to anybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That's great.
you guys are awesome. So getting back to the 180, how do you train for the mini bike races you do? First off, how many races do you get to run nowadays, like per year? Let's say.
Oh, with like including the 180 and
Including
our
the
flat
180?
track
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It all kind of depends on who's sitting some up. Sometimes we've had races where there's been, one every month, and then sometimes it's depending on who calls us up and says, "Hey, we're putting on an event or a car show. Can y'all guys come race?"
Okay.
So it kind of just varies.
Gotcha. So now, how do you train? Like, what does training look like for you? Or do you just, because you ride, it sounds like almost every day.
Yeah.
So,
I really don't train. I pretty much make sure that the bike is 100%.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll go over and check nuts and bolts after I just checked them like the day before. Is this 100%? Just so that's pretty much about it. I will try and like the week before, because I'm old and out of shape. So I'll try and rip around the yard, you know.
Who isn't?
Big Daddy style, yeah.
And I stay out of the
do,
clover.
we don't do Big Daddy style. No.
Yeah. So I'll try and ride, you know, a different bike and try and rip it around the yard, especially if we're going to like a flat track race.
Okay.
It's just use a lot of our flat tracks. We're racing in a big oval, and you just rip it out of the corner and turn left and turn left. So
Yeah.
you know, and then of course the 180 is different because you're up and down, you're right, left. So
Yeah.
try to rip around the bike, you know, about a week before. That's about the extent of the training.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Making sure, because people usually lose whenever their mini bike goes out. Next is probably their forearms trying to pin it for 3 hours. And then next for me, it's usually my hips, just with my legs being up so high. I guess that's nice about you guys having a partner. You think you're going 1 lap apiece, 2 laps apiece?
We kind of just figured out like at the last minute. It's like,
Okay.
hey, if you're starting to get tired,
Let me know
You
when you
know,
jump on.
one more,
Yeah.
you know, then I know and get ready. So, but
Gotcha.
we just kind of play it by ear. But Brendan's a really good rider. He's one of those guys that, great guy. It's one of those, we'd have Facebook posts like, who's going to race this weekend at the boot camp, whatever. And, you know, you're like, oh, junior and senior, they would post up there and they're like, oh man, too fast guys. Then Brandon would post. It's like, I got to chase him around too. It's like, you know, so
Now he's on your team.
now he's on the team. So
Yeah.
I think we make a really good team. So
Now you have the advantage of having Brandi there in the pits. Are you pit crew? Are you being walkie-talkies at all? Or
no,
No. So we have we've kind of have one more person. One of our buddies, Mike Thompson. He has been helping, especially because they rode 8 laps without a peg last year.
yeah, no fun.
And
Nothing at all.
so he helps with mechanical stuff and everything else. And yeah, he was cutting off pegs on my bike and all this other kind of stuff last year. So that was fun. And then I forgot to replace it too. And,
Well, good thing we know a
yeah.
place that has parts.
Yeah.
You're placing an
We
order.
all, yeah. So it's, yeah. But yeah, I just pretty much try to do the time and everything else. I don't get to be able to take photos race day.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
the only
Yeah, because that was
Downside.
that was the deal. I was like, we're gonna have to find the first GPS 180. I was like, we got to find her name up here. And I was like, you're gonna have to stand here and hold glasses. I can't see them little video lines.
yeah.
So
Him trying to find the number and where
Yeah.
to do the time. Oh, it'd be a teetotal
yeah,
show.
Gotcha.
He needs you then.
yes,
It's a good thing that you guys complete each other.
Oh, for sure.
she couldn't live without me.
About mini biking just in general, like the community and the sport of it. Where do you guys see it going, and what do you think right now? Like, what do we have going for us as a community and sport? And then also, like, what's holding us back?
I think all the stuff that y'all come out with, you're like, to me, it's like no other mini bike vendor or company is like pushing the envelope of making new stuff. It's like a swing arm for this, or we're going to build something totally different instead of just selling box parts.
Yeah.
Y'all are going like above and beyond to do different things for bikes that people can upgrade, you know, in their garage with just simple tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just like, wow, they're coming out with this. And sometimes I get to see things that other people don't get to see, and I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
Good.
You know, so where you're all going with that, I think that's the big thing. It's like
Shout out to R&D.
Yes,
Everyone
for sure.
downstairs, the noisemakers, as we call them.
Yeah. and I know how it is to sit there and try and think of how can I take this and do something with it that's totally different.
Yeah.
You know, so that's,
Yeah.
to me, that's awesome.
So now as a sport, I mean, do we need a national level body that's like, hey, we're going to be putting on events around the U.S.? Or is it really just more people need to be setting up kind of backyard events and just really posting about it so that people can come out and join them?
How would you answer
Yeah.
that?
Like, do you have a circuit, or do you just have a bunch of individual races? That's the weekend. We're done.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like NTX, they have, you know, their scheduled events, and usually we try and put their stuff on our schedule so our guys we can go meet with them, and they do vice versa. So there's a lot of,
Yeah.
deals all over the place.
Yeah,
that
we have
do
an
their own thing.
NTX, which is North Texas Mini Bikes, and then you have Texas Mini Bikes, which is kind of more or less like in the in Abilene area, so West Texas, and so
Okay.
it's kind of like we all kind of get together or whatever, and then we're South Texas and stuff. So it's everybody kind of just goes and gets and stuff. Now, if y'all were going to do like a national thing or whatever, I mean, you'd have to get some racers that were committed to going and everything else. And as far as the mini bike, I think there is a mini bike circuit that they have. Forget. I think they're doing the north and south.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that would be awesome, honestly.
How do people find out these events? Just through Facebook, NTX Mini Bikes?
They
Is
all,
it
Yeah.
all
just
of them have a
Facebook?
Facebook page.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all part of Facebook groups and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So once you start getting on one mini bike page, it just kind of snowballs
Yeah.
into that.
It's just like buying your first mini bike.
Yeah.
The first one you buy, that's the first hit.
Exactly.
And then you're in.
Mm-hmm.
They'll usually all have a schedule of their events that are coming up. and
Is
they'll
there
post it.
enough racing events going on, or would you like to see more GPS hosted events, racing
Yeah, sure.
events?
Anytime. We
Yeah.
love being with y'all guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So more
yeah.
races, the better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what? Yeah. I think it's fun. It's a good time when we come with y'all and everything. We have a good time.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, we always have a good time hanging out with you guys. So now it comes to the big question. How do you guys feel about going 100 miles per hour
I'll
on
do
a
it.
mini bike?
I'll do it.
You'll do it?
Yes.
I love it. I love it. You're
I have no
no
problem.
hesitation
Where-
whatsoever.
yeah. What's the fastest you've been so far on your drag bike, or any bike really?
It's slow. It's
Okay.
Yeah, the drag bike's not that fast.
It's slow.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
What,
it's-
60, 70?
No, it's not even that fast.
no. I think
No,
it's like
in the 50s.
58.
Yeah,
Oh.
Rather
his,
than 60. I think.
but he
Yeah.
hasn't really done anything to his. He just took the governor out of on the drag bike and stuff.
Okay.
And I don't think I think we did the
Yeah.
flywheel, but other than that,
Yeah, it's got a rod
yeah.
and a flywheel, and it's not much. It's a big block, but
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Well, I would love to see what you end up doing with one of our drag frames for the GPS 660. Maybe
Yes.
we see if we can get you up into the 90s, 100s, something like
yes.
that.
Well, I just won a motor.
Oh, really?
Yes, so that might be.
How'd you-
Justin Bet, he
Oh.
had I guess you could say a waffle, not a raffle.
Oh, okay.
And so my lucky charm, I come home and I was like, hey, this is Justin's raffling off this motor. Can you PayPal him and get me 4 tickets?
Nice.
And so my lucky charm paid off.
Good job.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right.
Are you the kind of person who wins a lot of raffles and stuff?
He is not allowed to touch the tickets.
Okay.
So we
Bad luck. I got
So we've had
Yes.
like last at Pate, I won a motor, one of the motors in the swag
Yeah.
pack, and he's won a trailer before, or
Nice.
basically, yeah. So he's not allowed to touch the tickets, and
Okay.
normally if I do with my money, I have to get the money out of his wallet, or vice. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not
we have
allowed
like
to
a
do
little
that.
system. It's like, as long as I don't touch the money.
It's like, yeah,
or
it's
the
one of those
tickets.
game day things like you got to drink the
clean.
gravy or
Yeah.
put
That's
your
it.
hat on backwards. I got you. Yeah.
I gotta feel it in the air and stuff, and then
Yeah.
also it's
Palm
like
started
It sounds
Itching.
funny, but it really works.
it does work. We've won a lot. People are like, golly, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, your guys' whole, I was going to say vibe, but yeah.
Dynamic.
Yeah, dynamic. Thank you,
Yep.
Jason. You
why
know
I'm
what?
here.
That's why I count on you for words.
Wordsmith.
Yeah. But yeah, no, your guys' whole dynamic is awesome. We love having you guys around. But I think we're kind of reaching the end of our time.
Yeah. So good luck at the GPS 180.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you
yeah.
for hanging out with us.
Thank
and
you
coming
for
on.
having
Thank
us.
you.
Yeah.
And if anyone wants to look you up, I say there's YouTube. You can do at Busted Knuckle Builds.
Busted Knuckles builds.
Busted
Knuckles,
Knuckles Builds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's an S on there.
I had to put an S for
Yeah.
And then on Facebook and Instagram, is it just Rick Watson?
Instagram is Busted Knuckle Builds
Okay.
at Busted Knuckle Builds, and then Facebook is just under Rick Watson. I didn't do a Busted
My
Knuckle
logo's
Builds.
on there. I think you put
Okay.
my logo.
Yeah,
So, yes.
I didn't do a Facebook for him. No.
Yeah.
And then Facebook groups. There's the Trailmaster Mini Bike Crew. There's NTX. There's Demon City
Mini Bikes.
Mini Bikes. Any others that people should go check you guys out on?
Oh, I think I'm like on every one there possibly is.
Okay. Just type in Rick Watson, look for your logo, and can anyone message you?
Yeah.
Look for the
Yeah.
brass knuckles with Big Daddy Clover in the center.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, once again, thank you guys for coming
Thank
up.
y'all for
Thank
having
y'all
us.
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Good and
Yes.
safe race. And everyone, be sure to like, subscribe. If you have any comments, leave them down below. And as always, right on. Appreciate you guys.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. You killed it.
Good
Thank you.
job. Good
Yo,
job.
what are you nervous about? Look at this guy. You can't do moves like that. You're going to hurt yourself, Jason.